Do I look happy? I wonder why. Welcome back to No Fall Weddings Week 14 recap, part of the Co-working universe. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's Rivalry Week recap. I wonder where we should start. The game, Ohio State, Michigan, the best rivalry in all of sports. A half decade of demons were thoroughly exercised yesterday. Buckeyes 27, Wolverines 9. Let's go! I couldn't take it anymore, everybody. I couldn't. 4 straight losses, and technically we hadn't won since 2019 because of the COVID year. I couldn't take it. I grew up beating Michigan. That's how I grew up. I didn't know any other way. Losing these 4 straight years has been insufferable. Yes, winning a national championship, it was awesome. King of the mountain, right? Everybody looking up at us. But right under there was Michigan laughing at us because they beat us in the same year. Oh, it still pisses me off. And the worst part about all 4 of those losses is that Ohio State was ranked either 1, 2, or 3 in all 4 matchups, costing us Big Ten championship appearances, costing us playoff appearances back when it was the 4 team. They're heartbreaking, and they're never going to leave my soul. But you know what helps? Going up to Ann Arbor and kicking their ass. But it did not get up to a great start. 6-0. Sahan throws an interception on the second play. The snow is falling. Oh my God. Here we go again. Not to mention the fact that we had 7 plays inside the 3-yard line and settled for a field goal. And I'm just clenching fists. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this. We cannot pucker up again. Why is it that every time we see those uniforms, we just forget how to play football? But this year was different. This year was different. Whether it was having the monkey off the back with Brian Day winning that championship, and everyone's just like, calm down, calm down. And instead of running our heads into a brick wall on first down and getting 1 to 2 yards every play, we let the pass set up the run. How simple of a concept. And that's where number 10, number 4, and number 17 took over. Welcome back, Jeremiah Smith. Welcome back, Carnell Tate. And I know Julian Sayin was happy to see him, as was I. Sayin was damn near perfect after that interception. He played great. Again, he is a baby-faced assassin. His footwork, his accuracy is just on point. He doesn't miss balls. He just doesn't. Man, it's so fun to watch. When he steps back and he's got time, and thanks to our offensive line who played the best game I think I've seen him play in 10 years. Michigan is just known to get pressure on us, especially only using 4. And I think it's what screwed up our passing game against them for the last 4 years. They didn't sniff Sayin for 60 minutes. That offensive line kicked ass on pass protection, and then we'll talk about the running game in a little bit. But it's just so great to have those 2 receivers running around, just causing havoc on a defense. The 4th down and 5 touchdown to Jeremiah Smith. A little sluggo route, little fake slant, and go. Got held, didn't matter. We ain't talking about that fumble controversy. Get the hell out of here. How can you fumble a ball if you never touches the ground and never leaves his hands? Get out of here. That would have been one of the worst overcalled touchdowns in the history of football. I ain't having it. And then the deep shot to Carnell Tate to go up 15 in the second half was a thing of beauty. As soon as Sayin drops back, moves the pocket, looks deep, and like, throw it deep, go. Oh, he's wide open. And then the running game. True freshman, Bo Jackson. I have been clamoring for a running game all year. I thought it was our one weakness. And this is why I was nervous about playing Michigan, because if we can't run the ball, it makes it a lot harder to throw to those wide receivers. But man, Bo was awesome. Awesome yesterday. He deserves himself a touchdown. I know he didn't get it, but he was punishing. And oh my God, I don't even know if I'm ready to talk about it yet. That 3rd quarter drive, what are the stats? 12 minutes, 20 plays, 81 yards. Now, it didn't lead to a touchdown, but the field goal put us up 18, and the game was over. Probably one of the sexiest drives Ohio State has had in my lifetime. I even talked about our defense because it's the given on the team. It's the best defense in the country, and statistically, it is the best defense of the last 50 years. We are the first team since 1975 to have an average below 12 points a game. Again, a little shaky early on, gave up a couple big runs, but whatever Matt Patricia did at halftime to it wouldn't even load the box. Everyone's clamoring on Twitter, "Oh, just load the box." Look, that's how big runs happen. That's how 22 happened when Donovan Jackson and Corm are running for 80 yards a pop. No, it's just about lane integrity. Whatever they did with the defensive line, they stuffed it up, allowed our linebackers to come up, make plays. It was fantastic. I think they had 111 yards at halftime, and they finished with 100, counting sacks. That's domination, and that's great coaching. God, it's great to have a good defensive coach. So you ask, will I be humble in this win? We lost 4 straight. Just, maybe it's just kind of nice to get the monkey off the back. Maybe it's more of a relief win than an exciting win. So will I be humble? Hell no. Let's talk about that $12 million man at quarterback for Michigan, Bryce Underwood, true freshman, going to light the world on fire. How's $12 million for 8 for 18, 63 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception? Money well spent, Michigan. I hate their uniforms. I hate their helmets. I hate their fight song. I hate their stupid, stupid toilet bowl of a stadium. I hate everything about them. It is the best feeling beating them, knowing I got 364 days to gloat in their face. But this is what the rivalry is. I wouldn't expect it any other way. I wouldn't want them to go, oh, good game. You guys were good, but, no. F them. I hate them. I'm so happy to win. It's a little emotional because it's my first time watching the game without my dad. And I know he's smiling somewhere. The rest of the weekend was the one major upset and a whole bunch of almost upsets. Let's start with the upset that did happen. It was Friday night, Texas and Texas A&M. Arch Manning yet again looked like absolute crap for the first half, and A&M builds a little lead, but they couldn't take advantage, and Texas played a much better second half. Arch played well. A&M couldn't get into the end zone. Now, it is a big upset because A&M was undefeated and ranked number 3 in the country, and they were going to go in the SEC championship game. But, man, if you look at A&M's schedule, it's not their fault. They can only play who they play, but they played the bottom half of the SEC all year. So there's a reason. I'm pretty sure A&M was only favored by 2.5. Vegas is never wrong, but the almost upsets were just infuriating. Coming from a Notre Dame fan who I don't know if we'll need some of these losses to get into the playoff, but at least 1 or 2 of them, if they would have happened, I would have slept a lot better last night. Let's start with Georgia Tech. Second year in a row that Georgia Tech is hanging with Georgia, clearly as the undermanned team. I hate that they're playing in a neutral field, especially since it was Georgia Tech's home game. That could have been a big difference in the outcome, but Georgia winning 16-9, it's just not impressive. It's not. I know it's a rivalry, but it's not impressive. Now, this isn't a rivalry. This is just a game between a new team in a conference and a team looking for a head coach right now, Lane Kiffin. Looking at the breaking news. Oklahoma and LSU. Oklahoma. Woof. Whoa, so what? I know you won, but LSU beat Western Kentucky 7 days ago, 13-10. Interim head coach, third string quarterback, and they went into Oklahoma and almost beat you. Was up in the fourth quarter till they let up a god awful breakdown on defense. And even then, they still had a chance to go down and take the lead, but they just screwed it up. So Oklahoma gets a 4-point win. I guess they're still in the college football playoff, but man, not impressive at all. But the most annoying almost upset, the Iron Bowl. Going into Jordan-Hare Stadium, man, every time gives Alabama nightmares. But for me, rooting for Auburn was the nightmare. They had 6 drops, not including 1 interception that would have changed the game because Alabama scored a touchdown 3 plays later. They had a touchdown taken off the board because of a stupid legal procedure penalty. And even in the end, down 7 with a minute to go, they got a first down. The wide receiver could have just went out of bounds at the 20-yard line, but no, he's got to fight for 1 extra yard and boom, fumble, game over. I'm telling you, try it. Try it one day. Try rooting for a team to upset a top 10 team. Root for them. It's infuriating because they're not as talented. They do dumb things. They do dumb calls. They do dumb coaching. I guess it really makes you appreciate when you have a great team. and how easy it is to sit back and watch and go, we got this. Just one big quick hit around the country. It's really about the teams trying to sneak into the college football playoff. And a lot of them took care of business this week. Notre Dame, Miami, BYU, Vanderbilt, they all won comfortably, some impressively. I don't know what's going to happen, man. There's going to be about 4 teams that are really upset that they're going to be on the outside looking in. And if anyone's wondering, because I'm a Notre Dame fan, I know there's a lot of discourse about Miami and Notre Dame and why is Notre Dame ahead of Miami despite head-to-head win in week 1. And for weeks, I was fighting it because people don't understand that head-to-head is not the number one criteria. It's part of a group of criteria. The head-to-head is one thing. And yes, Miami has that. But Miami also has 2 losses to unranked teams. Notre Dame's second loss was to previously undefeated A&M by 1 point because of a missed extra point. So you have to look at the whole resume. But as we're getting closer, I got to admit, I don't feel comfortable having Notre Dame ahead of Miami. I think it does set a wrong precedent because Notre Dame's wins aren't that great this year. They didn't have enough opportunities. USC, thankfully, staying ranked is a decent win, but that's about it. At some point, the games do have to matter. And even though I think Notre Dame would beat Miami by 7 or 10 points right now, I know it's homerism, but they do have the 2 best running backs in college football. I think they have a better quarterback. I think Carr is better than Beck. It would be a good game because Miami has actually gotten better since their 2 losses. But I don't like the precedent of that. If they're that close without Notre Dame having this crazy resume, you got to give it to Miami. Never call me an irrational college football fan. All right, let's go to the play of the day. And this week, it's the gutsiest call of the day. 4th quarter, Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn, 4th and goal. About 4 minutes left. And Kalen DeBoer sends out the offense. What are we doing? Not taking the lead? Simpson to Horton on 4th down. What happens?
Simpson, end zone, touchdown! Isaiah Horton with the hat trick.
The balls of Kalen DeBoer. I get it. Going up 3 nowadays just doesn't mean that much anymore. And if you have a chance to go up 7 and you trust your offense, and you don't have to worry about field position and how far is their field goal kicker can kick and everything. No, if we just score a touchdown, we just got to keep them out of our end zone, or we're going to get this W. And that was a great play by Simpson because that was not the first read. He had to make his way there, planted his feet, and lasered it in there. But damn it, did I want Auburn to win. All right, we are down to it. The last weekend before the college football playoff is announced. We got championship preview weekend. I guess these games do matter in some sense. I don't think they'll be around very much longer, but hey, we got the Big Ten. We got number 1 versus number 2, Ohio State, Indiana. It's big because winner gets a bye. Now I think the loser, as long as they don't get blown out, should stay with the top 4 and get a bye. But the number 1 team gets to choose where they want to go, and I want that win. First of all, I just want to win the Big Ten championship. It's been a while. I want to win that. We beat Michigan. I want to win that. I want to go to the Rose Bowl. I want that choice. I want to go to the Rose Bowl. In the SEC, all these new teams that come into the conference, and what do we end with? Alabama versus Georgia. Kind of anticlimactic, not going to lie, because Alabama and Georgia have not looked that great lately. And now one of them is going to be conference champion again. Whoop-de-woo. The ACC, I don't understand them as a conference. We got Virginia versus Duke. Virginia versus Duke. Oh, I can't wait to watch that one. We got Miami, who's fighting for a spot in the playoff, and they're not in it. It's just disappointing. And the Big 12, Texas Tech versus BYU. I know it's not sexy, but it's 2 really good teams, 2 really good defenses, and one of them's getting an automatic play-in for the championship. There's nothing like rivalry week, especially when you win. Thank you for watching No Fall Weddings, part of the co-working universe. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me how you're all feeling after that big Ohio State win. And just remember, if you just got engaged, no fall weddings.